Hi friends, welcome back. If you are new here, I'm Hope and I help you cut through the fitness myths so you can make confident, informed choices about your body. Today, a question I get all the time. I missed a week or 2 or 3 of exercise, so is all of my progress ruined? Spoiler, no, not even close. And the research, when we look carefully, definitely supports that. Detraining is a gradual process. It's definitely not an on-off switch. One of the most comprehensive looks at detraining shows exactly that. It's slow, and many adaptations persist far longer than most people expect. A 2024 systematic review of resistance training cessation found that for certain strength measures, like 1 rep max chest press and leg press, strength gains remained significantly above baseline even after 16 to 24 weeks of detraining when compared to non-exercise controls. That means if you've trained hard, you have built a buffer, and a few weeks off doesn't erase it. Detraining is a slow fade, and in that fade, strength is more resilient than cardiovascular adaptations or muscle size. Contrary to the gym fear narrative, evidence shows strength and muscle size decline slowly. In a 2015 longitudinal study of older adults, strength gains from training lasted through 16 weeks of detraining. They didn't fully vanish. So what about muscle size, also known as hypertrophy? That's more variable. In older adults, resistance training cessation over many months did reduce muscle size, but strength often remained elevated above baseline. The big caveat of this is that much of this research is in older or middle-aged populations, but the clear takeaway is that short breaks definitely don't guarantee atrophy, especially not if you were consistently training before. Now, endurance and cardiovascular fitness is more sensitive, but it's definitely not catastrophic. Where detraining tends to hit faster and harder is cardiovascular conditioning. Aerobic adaptations like VO2 max, endurance capacity, capillarization tend to regress more quickly than strength. That said, a moderate decline over a few weeks is definitely not the same as being back to square one, especially for recreational exercises. Small dips in aerobic conditioning are manageable and easily recoverable once you resume. So why does exercise feel harder after a short break, even if physiologically you haven't lost much? Your body is not a binary of fit versus unfit. It is a nuanced web of neurology, psychology, metabolism, and adaptation. When you come back to training after a short break, your neuromuscular efficiency drops slightly. So things like recruitment patterns, coordination, stabilization, they might feel a little off. Cardio might feel harder. Your lungs and heart may respond differently after a pause, so even light workloads might feel a bit heavier. Psychological factors amplify perceived effort. Motivation, mental flow, confidence, they can take a bit of a hit after time off. Muscle pump, fluid shifts, and neuromuscular tension change, these can make muscles feel a bit flat or weak, even if your strength hasn't changed. In short, you might feel a bit meh before you actually are meh, but that's temporary, and once you're back into the groove, adaptation reinstates quickly. If we reframe this, breaks can actually be a bit beneficial. A bit of a rest period can serve an important role sometimes. It gives your nervous system a rest. It reduces accumulated joint and connective tissue stress. It prevents overtraining, and it allows a bit of a mental reset, so you are going to reduce a risk of burnout. Many older adult studies show that after training, detraining, and then retraining, strength and function bounce back to similar and often better levels. That doesn't mean you need to go months off, but it does mean that short breaks really aren't catastrophic. So if you are going to take time off, or have to because life is lifing, then treat the break like a planned deload rather than a failure. Understand that strength and gains built over time create a buffer, so a few weeks off isn't erasing months of work. And when you return, start with moderate loads, ease back in, focus on your technique. Don't expect to hit PRs immediately, but don't panic either. Give yourself time for that neuromuscular resharpening. A few sessions is all you need. There is a lot of fear-based messaging out there. If you miss a week, you'll lose all your gains, your muscle will disappear, you might as well start over. This is marketing, and it's very short-sighted. What the evidence actually tells us is that partial detraining is expected in life. Full regression is not. Strength tends to hold. Gains don't evaporate over a couple of weeks. You're not fragile, you're resilient. You didn't ruin anything by having to take a couple of weeks off. Your gains didn't vanish. Your body is not betraying you because life got in the way. Occasional breaks are totally valid, probably necessary for the vast majority of us. And when you're ready, your workouts will be waiting. Your body will meet you there. And as always, please remember that this is your body, your choice. I'm just here to help you make informed ones.